Mr. Justice, on another very controversial case, the obscenity case in which Mr. Ginsburg was sent to jail by the lower courts and the majority upheld his being sent to jail, you were in the minority. Do you think that there are any times at all when obscenity can be restricted, prohibited, and not come into conflict with the freedom of press guarantee, freedom of speech guarantee in the Constitution?
I've said they couldn't. Of course, I understand that pornography sounds bad. It really sounds bad. But I never have seen anybody who can say what it is. Nobody. Now, some people say it's way over there, and some people say it's way over here. If the idea is to keep people from learning about the facts of life as between the sexes, that's a vain task. So it's a vain task. How in the world can you keep people from learning who mix with others out on the street and around in the various places? They're gonna learn, but that's not the reason I take that view. The reason I take the view is that it's an expression of opinion. It refers to one of the strongest urges in the human race, something that people have not failed to talk about, and they will not fail to talk about. People go have organizations and write in letters and say, you're letting my children suffer. There's plenty of argument for the idea that they ought to take care of their children and warn them against things themselves, rather than trying to pass a law. And it's an ambiguous statement. Obscenity is wholly ambiguous. It means one thing to you, and another thing to you, and another thing to these, another thing to me. I don't like it. I don't use it. But I never have. I've always detested it. But that's no reason, I think, that it's not speech on an important subject. Let them talk.
There's an interesting aspect to your position on the obscenity case in that you refused yourself even to examine the evidence, as it were.
That's not peculiar. Why should it be peculiar?
Well, one would think that a judge should examine the evidence.
Why should he, if he doesn't think there is such a thing? Why should I go and look at those things? And I don't look at them. But why should I go and look at them when it doesn't make any difference what the talk is or what it is? I don't think it violates any law. Only those who look at them who think they are invested with the godlike power of looking at it and tell what's obscene. What's obscene enough so they'll let the people see it. I don't feel that way.